Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games. Today I'm playing Monster Train. This time on Monster Train, let's try to win another expert challenge. We won the stealthiest bosses last time, so what's the next one? The next one is Blighted Existence and all it says is sorry. Oh, that's terrible. Alright, so heavy is awful. We've learned that before in a different challenge. Junked up, calcified ember, that's also really bad. And cards are not discarded at the end of the turn. That's both good and bad. That means that the deadweights, you only have to draw them once, but they do take up space in your hand. So they clog up your hand until you play them. We basically have to get rid of the calcified ember as soon as we can. Well, let's pick it and then decide what we're going to do. So everything basically has permafrost. That's helpful. We could play pretty much any clan combination, so which one would I like to play? Honestly, something with the Stygian as the primary clan. So Stygian as primary. We've somewhat recently done Stygian Wormkin, so let's do Stygian Umbra. So Stygian Umbra, we last played this combination on Covenant Rank 7. Covenant Rank 7, we did the Stygian Umbra, and when we did that, we had the Exiled Stygian and the primary Umbra. So if we reverse that, we could do primary Stygian, Exiled Umbra, have Plink and Frozen Lance as the starting two. I mean, it's pretty bad, but honestly, I dislike both of the Stygian Guard starting cards. Okay, you know, this could be fine. I don't know. We'll try it. Stygian Umbra. I think this challenge is going to be hard, but the magic hand definitely counteracts some of the problems with heavy, but it does not counteract the calcified ember. Calcified ember plus deadweights is real bad. At some point we're only going to be drawing one card a turn, unless we can find a way to get rid of cards. That sounds bad. I do kind of like the Mollusk Mage, along with Ice Storm. That's kind of awesome. And the Antumbra Assault is also a direct damage spell with the Mollusk Mage. This might be a pretty good one to do. We've got Seraph the Chaste again. Bell the Wings of Light has Wrath Crest, and Talos the Architect has Empowering Offense. Okay, you know, let's try it. Oh man. That Calcified Ember is really bad. We can pay 3 to purge it, which we're going to have to do many, many times. The question is how often we can pay 3 to purge them. We're just going to have to try to purge them as often as we can, I guess. Units cost -2 is kind of interesting. The Abandoned Antumbra, this is pretty bad for the Abandoned Antumbra, because our hand is going to get full kind of all the time. So we're never going to be able to get the chance to get a random card in our hand at the start of the turn. So I think that means Forever Flame is what we're doing. We need to remember that we have that, because that will change our decisions. I could do Conduit. Is there anything that I haven't done all the way with Tethys Titan's Bane? Let me check real quick. We've actually never done Handheld Totem all the way. So I could try to do Handheld Totem all the way to level 3. You know, I'm okay with that. Having Sweep is not so great when you only have 6 health, but it's kind of okay when we have ways to give you more health, potentially. I don't know. Let's try it. Handheld Totem. Sweep. It gives spell weakness. Could be really good on bosses, maybe. Maybe. Alright, non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 3. That's kind of terrible with a sweep unit. But if we put our sweep unit at the top, are we okay? Let's do it. I think we're going to primarily be using spells to kill units. Okay, I'm very curious what our opening hand is going to look like. How many Blights do we have in our opening hand? Only one. Actually very surprised about that. Only one Blight. We could just not play the Frozen Lance until we want to. We do want to play the Plink. Let's play the Plink first. Great. Umbra Morsel is very nice to see. We could just not play cards until they're useful to us. I'm thinking about that as an option. But also, I kind of want to play my cards so that we can draw other useful cards. And if we're going to play at the top, it's nice to play both of these this turn, so we get the Ember Drain done with. So, Umbra Morsel goes first. We want the Mollusk Mage to be in the back, maybe? Actually, it doesn't matter, because if it dies, then we don't get it anymore. Let's put the Tethys Titan's Bane in the back. So we could hold on to that Frozen Lance until you get to the top, because it will do a lot more damage when he gets to the top. Okay, we'll hold on to that one. This would be a good turn to play a Calcified Ember if I can afford to. Or maybe we should play the Plink because killing the Collector is a good idea. And killing those two at the bottom would be good too. Oh man. I really want to kill the Collector, so I'm going to play Plink, which did not kill the Collector, by the way. So we're just going to hold all of these cards in our hand. I should have played the Calcified Ember. Clearly, that's what I should have done. So I need to do Frozen Lance. And Frozen Lance. And then might as well play the Plink this turn, because we can't play the Calcified Embers anymore. Ooh, it killed both of those? That's incredible. I can't play the Train Steward at the top and fit both morsels, and I definitely want to fit both morsels. So let's do both morsels at the top. Let's do the Train Steward at the bottom. And it would be very nice now if I could play Calcified Embers, but I really need to kill this unit too, don't I? Yeah. The Frozen Lance doesn't kill it. If I don't play the Frozen Lance, my Pyre takes a fair amount of damage. If I do play the Frozen Lance, does that change anything? Does it change anything? Because Frozen Lance does 16, that would be 27? Yes, it would. Alright, let's play the Frozen Lance. Let's play the Umbra Assault here. Get a Morsel Jeweler and an Umbra Morsel again, that's fine. I realize that putting my champion on the top floor is probably not the best with his ability, because we want the spell weakness to hit the boss many times, and then for us to use spells against the boss. So putting the Tethys Titan's Bane in the center would be better, probably. Let's get rid of the other Train Steward. Okay, do we have enough that we can just play Calcified Embers now? Probably. I mean, we don't have any other options. Calcified Ember, there it goes. Alright. We're not winning. And I did not draw anything but a dead weight, so let's get rid of another Calcified Ember. And then... do we die on the very first one? We don't die, but we come surprisingly close to death. Okay, so we've only got 10 health left. We took 30 damage in the first battle. Not a good sign. Energy Siphon is pretty nice. It's also 0 cost, which will help us play those Calcified Embers. Let's take it. Immortal Trade can be very good. Furnace Tap can be very, very good. Both of those can be amazing, as well as Packed Morsels. I kind of like all of these. How bad is the Ember Drain? It might be kind of bad. Let's take Packed Morsels. I mean, granted, it would be wonderful to take the Ember Drain and have a unit that makes it very much worth it. But are we going to have that? I mean, the units cost 0 is the thing. I don't know. Maybe we should take Furnace Tap. I think I want to take Furnace Tap. So we're going down a very particular route, one that we did last time as well, and it might not turn out great, especially since this is a Stygian banner, not an Umbra banner. But I think we should go to the Merchant of Steel above the Merchant of Magic. Okay, Divine Temple has what? It has an Extreme Stone. We could put that on Ice Storm, which is kind of amazing. We did not draw that Ice Storm at all. And then Purge Stone might not actually be bad, since we have a ton of things that we really want to purge. I don't like taking Purge Stones, but I might this time. Let's take the Extreme Stone and Ice Storm, and then let's look at what this Stygian banner unit is. The Offering Monument is actually kind of bad when our hand is going to be completely bloated with things. The Siren of the Sea is really good. It is really good, right? I think so. Let's look at the Merchant of Steel. Large Stone. It's nice with Siren of the Sea. That would be 3 space. I think that it's something we've got to do. The large stone on Siren of the Sea, we've got to do that. I think we probably want to sacrifice a Mollusk Mage to a Mollusk Mage, eventually. Do we want a Shield Stone? Or do we want to purge a card? I think we want to purge a card. And honestly, right now, the Train Stewards are not the worst because they cost 0. I think that the Frozen Lances are maybe the worst card that we have. I still want to remove the Train Stewards, but I'm trying to prioritize a little bit. And I think a Purge Stone would be helpful. So Purge Stone also on a Frozen Lance? Or on a Plink? Probably a Frozen Lance. Alright, so I'm basically getting rid of Frozen Lances. Let's see if we survive the next battle, though, because we're only at 10. And at some point we just stop drawing cards. I don't think we can turn on Armor Emblem, so let's just fight. Okay, Siren of the Sea and Artethys Titan's Bane. Let's put both of those in the center. If we put them in the center, they can't get any morsels. That's okay. The morsels will go at the top. And then we can play all 3 of these if we want. I think we should play both planks. Ooh, we got a Morsel Excavator. We can hold on to that for next turn. I think we hold on to that, and we hold on to all 3 of these cards, actually. Let's do that. In the center, we want to play our spells. I think I want to put the Morsel Excavator at the top with a Train Steward. Do we want to play Furnace Tap? If I play Furnace Tap now, we'll have Ember Drain 4, which is kind of bad. It's kind of bad. But I think it wins the battle if we do that. I mean, you are a real problem, because you've got Sweep and you have 75 health. The Furnace Tap would kill this one, which is pretty nice. And we could keep around this Frozen Lance in our hand again. I really just don't want the Ember Drain. But I do want to take this unit out, which is a problem, because you can't do both of those things. We're going to put the Train Steward at the top with the Morsel Excavator. We know we're going to do that. Let's start there. I know I'm going to play the Plink in the center because it's the best chance I have to do something useful. Okay. Whatever. It did something. Not very useful. If I play the Furnace Tap, we kill this one. If I don't, then what do we do? We could play both Frozen Lances. I'm going to play both Frozen Lances. Alright, now we kill both of them. I'm thinking about playing Furnace Tap next turn. Again. Ooh, we got Ice Storm. Alright. The Ice Storm is nice to see. Let's play the Train Steward down here. We're basically just getting it out of the deck. Let's play Ice Storm. Wonderful. And then the Sinner's Burden. And let's play this Frozen Lance. I want to play Calcified Embers the next 2 turns if I can. So, play Calcified Ember. Play Train Steward. We don't want to play the other Train Steward because we would get Ember Drain and we couldn't get rid of another Calcified Ember. Need to get rid of those Calcified Embers. We're not winning this turn. How interesting. Are we going to win next turn? Oh, our Tethys Titan's Bane dies before it can take out those. So maybe we need to play the Furnace Tap this turn, and we can't play a Calcified Ember. You would be at 30 health. If we played this Train Steward up here, you have 1 lifesteal. So if we played this Train Steward up here, you would hit, and then both of our Train Stewards would get to hit. You would hit again, this one would get to hit 1 more time. So we would deal 16, 21 damage, which is not enough. Okay, I think that what we have to do is play Furnace Tap this turn in order to not get damage, which means we can't take another Calcified Ember, unfortunately. I guess let's play a Plink just to see if we kill one of those Reconcilers. We don't. Okay. Another Energy Siphon is not bad to see. The Ice Tornado is not as good, honestly, in this one. Let's take another Energy Siphon. I like those. Arrows of Production is a way that we could counteract the effects of the Furnace Tap, as we've done before. I like it. Also good to put on Morsels. Really nice when you've got the Magic Hand, I think. Yeah, Magic Hand with that. I think that's a good set of things. Do we want to duplicate a card and get another Stygian unit? Probably not. I think I'd rather have an Umbra unit and a free artifact. Let's go this way. Don't know which one of these 3 to do because I don't get to peek in any of them before I choose which one goes first. Let's do the Concealed Caverns first. Ho ho ho! This is amazing. The only problem is that Dante's Candle is really bad with Magic Hand, but Dante would be absolutely amazing because Dante is better the more Blights you have in your deck. Do I really want to take 3 more Blights though? Oh, that's so painful, but I'm going to take it. Alright. This could be very amazing, or it could kill us very fast. Those are the 2 options there. I'm hoping that it's very amazing. Alright, Umbra unit next. I really like Morsel Master. it tends to be quite good. Tends to be quite good. It's also something that could be sacrificed very easily and well. The Siren of the Sea takes up 3 space. Space is probably the issue, but let's take Morsel Master. I think that's way too good not to pass up. Icicle Fracture does nothing. The first Hell Pact currently does nothing. I think we're going to skip these, but I'm thinking about the first Hell Pact. What X-cost cards exist in the Stygian and the Umbra? I can think of one. The one that consumes a morsel extra times. I think I'm going to take the first Hell Pact in hopes that it might do something. Okay, this could be bad. We could die in this one very easily. We'll find out. At least we're going to get a lot of morsels. So we're going to get a lot of morsels, but at the same time, how do we kill these guys fast enough? We can't put things at the top because it would just die this turn. And that would be bad. We could just play Calcified Ember. Sure. Calcified Ember. We'll figure out what we're doing next turn. Okay, we got more units this turn. That's good. That means that we have more idea what we're going to do. The fact that Talos the Architect attacks every turn is still very bad for me. We basically can put a Siren of the Sea in front and that's it. So I think what we're going to do is play Siren of the Sea at the top with a Morsel Master after we play Plink. Okay, Plink first. I don't think we need the Lifesteal 2, not above Morsel Jeweler right now, and we're only going to be able to play one of those. So let's play the Morsel Jeweler. Oh, I wanted to play Morsel Master first. Oh well, you know what? I didn't want the Ember Drain, and I did that instead. Okay, we've got a Mollusk Mage and a Tethys Titan's Bane for some time when I feel like they would be useful to play. We've got a Morsel Excavator for next turn. Let's destroy things at the bottom. And then not play these cards, just hold on. Okay, nothing in my hand cost anything except Calcified Ember, so let's play Calcified Ember. Wonderful. Let's play the Morsel Excavator up here, so that we're going to get Lifesteal. We could play the Tethys Titan's Bane in the center now, along with a Mollusk Mage and a Train Steward. I think I like that, except for the sweep. Yeah, the sweep makes that not worthwhile. I want to draw more cards, though, so I think we sacrifice the Train Steward. But we keep the other two for now. I got the Ant Umbra Assault, which is perfect, because we can kill one of these and get morsels. My hand is full, so we only got one morsel. It's kind of okay. I don't know what I would have done with another morsel. So play that there. We can put Perils of Production on it this turn in order to get rid of Calcified Ember. I think I like that. Let's play another Train Steward to just have it die. And then Perils of Production to get rid of Calcified Ember. We still have... We can draw 4 cards, and we still have our champion and the Mollusk Mage. I'm keeping the Mollusk Mage around because if we have the Mollusk Mage when we draw something that does damage, we could play the Mollusk Mage right then and do the damage. That's what I'm thinking. But next turn is going to be bad, because that sweep unit is making it all the way to the top unless we can do something. The Furnace Tap does help, but kind of not enough. You are making it to the top and killing my Pyre currently. And is there anything that we could do to stop that from happening? I don't think there is. So that's a real problem. If we play the Mollusk Mage in front up here, and then we play Frozen Lance, and then we play Furnace Tap, I think we still die. But it's the best I can think of. So, Mollusk Mage first, then the Frozen Lance, and then Furnace Tap. We're doing 42 damage. I think that is not enough. Oh, actually we survive. We're at 2. We're at 2. Now granted, if I draw a candle this turn, I die. I drew a candle this turn, so I died. I probably should have said no to the candles. Alright, well, you know what? Surviving last turn made it so that we die this turn. Alright, since that was a really short one, I'm going to essentially just try again. I'm going to try again with the same exact combination, same expert challenge. So we're going to go new run. Just do that straight again. Let's go. We have Titan's Gratitude. Ooh, discarding a card at random is actually really helpful. We got the Ice Storm again, and we got 2 Immortal Trades, which is interesting. Yep, those are terrible. I neglected to look at... We have Seraph the Chaste again, actually. How about that? Okay, our champion. Let's do Chillwind this time. So Chillwind seems so bad, but let's try it. Enemy units enter with Frostbite 2 is not terrible. Mind Jacks is interesting. Mark of an Exile is pretty bad when our champion has 4 health. I think we want Rules of Containment, but I'm also thinking about Mind Jacks. It's hard to tell if Mind Jacks is something that we want before we know what units we have. So let's get Rules of Containment. Shadowbox or Golden Vault. What a weird thing to pick at the beginning. Let's do Shadowbox. I don't know if that's going to go off anytime soon. It may never happen. So... do we accept Aggressive Amulet? I think we do. We get a unit draft, and the Rules of Containment should take out these Discipled Foot Soldiers. Okay. Do we play Tethys Titan's Bane? I think we do, but I think we play Plink first. Wow, that Plink did nothing. Okay. Well, I think we play Tethys Titan's Bane. I think we play it behind 2 Train Stewards at the bottom. So you should die from Frostbite by the time you get to the top. The problem is going to be keeping things in front of Tethys Titan's Bane. As you can see, that's already a problem. I'm glad the Collector dies. I think what we do this turn is nothing except Calcified Ember. Get rid of those as fast as we can. Okay, so you are a problem. I think you're going to hit the pyre. I think you are also going to get to the pyre. Because I can't imagine that we have something else that's going to help. I want to put something in front of my guy. I've got 2 train stewards in the deck, but the only way to get to them is if I play 3 spells this turn, which I guess means we're playing 3 spells this turn. Okay. I got 2 train stewards to put in front of my unit. How nice, actually. Actually, exactly what I wanted. And then a plink gives me a rubble morsel. I don't have any units for the rubble morsel to affect anymore. But also we're winning this turn, so never mind. Alright. We win on turn 1. There's a Mollusk Mage again. I really do like the Mollusk Mage, especially with Ice Storm in our starting deck. We never drew a Titan's Gratitude, by the way. The Crypt Builder is pretty hard to work with. It's hard to do the offering, and we kind of need the mana. So I think we do Mollusk Mage. By mana, I meant energy. Packed Morsels is usually a good thing. Void Binding. Do we want Void Binding? Void Binding gives Damage Shield 2, Rage 6, and Ember Drain 3. Except for the Ember Drain, that's all really good. We could take it. It's really good with Magic Hand, because we just keep it in our hand until we want to play it. On the other hand, Packed Morsels works really well with Shadowbox. Do we want Void Binding? Kind of think we do, but I'm also not sure. Let's take it. I've very rarely played with Void Binding. Shadow Eater. Shadow Eater. Huh. If only we had better ways to get morsels, Shadow Eater might be really good. Let's take it. I turned down Morsel Master, which was probably a bad plan, actually. So do we want Merchant of Magic? I kind of do because of Ice Storm, but I also kind of want to put things on Shadow Eater with the Merchant of Steel. Let's go over here. Peek in these. Merchant of Steel has Immortal Stone. I kind of like that. We might put an Immortal Stone on our guy. Twin Stone and Seek Stone. Twin Stone. What do we want a Twin Stone on, if anything? Putting a Twin Stone on Ice Storm is kind of nice, but only if we can also put a Ember Stone in it too. As much as I want the Twin Stone, I think we can't take it. The Seek Stone. I kind of want the Seek Stone on Void Binding, but at the same time, Ember Drain 3 on the first turn could be very bad. Let's not take either of these. We might do the Engage Pact. Alloyed Construct. Terrible when we don't have a consistent source of morsels. There's the Crucible Collector, which gains Lifesteal. For the most part, I just don't care about these. Man, I hate skipping these, but I think we've got to skip these. We could take the Crucible Collector instead of skipping. I guess we'll do that. But I don't feel great about it. So I want to put an Immortal Stone on Shadow Eater, so we could continue to play him. That's the plan. I don't know how well that's going to work, but it's the plan. We could put a Shield Stone on Shadow Eater too. That's so weird. Should we do it? I think we kind of should. Okay. I've got a weird plan that may or may not work. And I'm really worried about it not working. But I have a plan. Mark of Invasion is kind of bad and kind of good because it gives something for us to do with our plinks. And we've got Ice Storm. And everything starts with Frostbite 2. Okay, yeah, let's turn it on. Frostbite 2 takes care of that entirely. Okay, one question is, do we have to play anything on the first turn? All of the enemy units are dying on the first turn. So let's play Calcified Ember. Alright, all of the enemy units die. Alright, it looks like all of the enemy units are going to die again. So perhaps we just play Calcified Ember again? I could play Plink. Let's play Calcified Ember again. Oh, this one's not dying. I should take care of him. Sometime. If I wait until next turn, I can Plink, which will definitely kill him next turn. Okay. Now what are we doing? I think we're playing the Shadow Eater at the bottom with Tethys Titan's Bane. And then the Crucible Warden we could play somewhere. If we played at the top, we get Ember Drain, which is not so nice. If we played in the center, our Plink doesn't do anything the next turn. And we do actually want our Plink to do something next turn. Right. So maybe we don't play it? Or maybe we play it with the Ember Drain. With the Ember Drain. Okay, so now we play Plink. Gives us a Morsel Excavator, which is perfect, actually. Oh, is it perfect? We need to play it here, so that... Maybe we play another Plink first. I kind of want to play Void Binding, though. Void Binding on you so that you've got more damage shield. If the Morsel Excavator goes anywhere, it's going to just get hit by the spikes. Because if we're going to play Void Binding on you, you're going to have attack, so you'll kill the front one. You know, it's sad. The Morsel Excavator doesn't do anything. But I think we play Void Binding anyway. And we win. How about that? Alright. We're mainly winning with the Frostbite. We're mainly winning with Frostbite, but that battle was so fun because Rules Containment basically solved most of the battle. Do I want another Titan's Gratitude? Have we even drawn one of our 2 Titan's Gratitudes that we have? I don't remember drawing one. I don't think I care to have another one. And then the other 2... I don't think we want. Okay. Do we want Packed Morsels? I do. I also want Space Prism. I want Packed Morsels pretty badly, though. Let's take Packed Morsels. Okay. There's a Merchant of Magic, which would be fine. There's a Stygian unit banner, which it feels like we're going to want another unit. We can't really upgrade any units that we have other than the Crucible Collector. Yeah, let's go to the unit banner. Peek in the Merchant of Magic. I see an Eternal Stone, which could go on Packed Morsels. The Power Stone could go on Ice Storm or Titan's Gratitude. I think we go Stygian unit banner first. Icy Siliphyte is another sweep unit that applies spell weakness this time. I say another sweep unit. I guess our champion doesn't have sweep. That was the last run. There's also Offering Monument, which is kind of interesting. It's very interesting that the strike apply spell weakness turns into an action. So you retain the sweep aspect of the spell weakness. I'm actually considering that, because we could put that on our immortal unit. If we sacrifice that to the Shadow Eater, the Shadow Eater would add a bunch of spell weakness. Granted, we don't have great spells to use that currently, but it seems like a plan. And anything that seems like a plan, I think, is worth taking right now. Anything that seems like a plan. Ooh, I do want to build a card. Alright. Build a card. So, we could add Rage to one of our units, we could add Armor, or we could add Sap to an enemy unit. Let's add Rage to one of our units. We don't want damage. There's Buff, which is basically more attack, I think. So we could add Rage and attack. Seems fine. And then card draw doesn't really help me with Magic Hand that much, and all of the Blights that we have. So let's get gold. We take the orb. Rage for 10 attack. One of the things that I wonder here is if we give our 10 attack to our immortal unit and it dies, does it still have that 10 attack for when we play it again? I don't know. I would like to know. I do want to do the Eternal Stone on Packed Morsels. And probably the Ember Stone also on Packed Morsels. Or Old Magic. I would prefer it on both of those. Let's put it on Old Magic. And then Power Stone really works well on Ice Storm. I want an Extreme Stone on that too. Alright, Talos the Architect. Soul Sucker. Friendly units enter with Sap 1. Talos attacks every turn and applies Dazed. You know, if my unit doesn't have any attack to begin with, it doesn't matter. So I don't think we want to set up at the bottom, right? I mean, we don't really need to set up exactly. What if we put the Shadow Eater and Tethys Titan's Bane at the top? And we plink at the bottom to get some morsels to feed to the Shadow Eater. Kind of like that. We got one morsel, but you know what? That's fine. Our Tethys Titan's Bane is going to go at the top, along with the Magma Morsel, which goes first. And the important thing here is that we're going to apply 10 Frostbite to Talos the Architect on the first turn. I like that effect. Icy Siliphyte. You know, if you survive, you would be good, but you would not survive. I honestly don't know what we want to do other than Pact Morsels. I guess we can do Titan's Gratitude down here. Do we have enough space in the hand to do Pact Morsels first? We do. Okay. All of this is survivability on the one that already kind of has survivability. Okay, fine. More survivability is fine. Titan's Gratitude at the bottom. We could do the Mollusk Mage and Titan's Gratitude. That would kill the front one, but it would also mean my Mollusk Mage dies, which I don't like. So let's just do Titan's Gratitude. Discarded a morsel. Let's do another Titan's Gratitude. Okay. So next turn you're going to die. If we draw a Plink, we could get a morsel out of it too. I want Talos the Architect to go back to the top, which I guess she will eventually. We did get a Plink, but I could play the Morsel Jeweler and play Calcified Ember. I think I'm going to do that. Morsel Jeweler, Calcified Ember. Let's get those Calcified Embers out of the deck as soon as we can. It doesn't say a lot. As soon as we can is not very soon. We drew 3 deadweights. You know, it's kind of expected though. All of them are dying, but we could use a Plink to get a couple morsels before they die. You two, unfortunately one of you is definitely making it to the top. We can make it so that only one of you gets to the top, probably. Let's put the Mollusk Mage here. And let's do a Plink at the bottom to get a couple of morsels. We can do another Morsel Jeweler and a Rebel Morsel. Let's put the Rebel Morsel here. Actually, let's put the Morsel Jeweler here. Put the Rebel Morsel here so that you gain a little bit of attack. And we're going to add another 10 Frostbites to the boss there. That's really nice. Okay, the main problem is the top floor. The top floor, you're making it to the top. And I can't really do much of anything to make that different. Yeah, I can't do anything to make that different. You're going to deal 6 damage to the Pyre, which is very sad. I can play a couple of Train Stewards to just get them out of the deck. And make it so that we can draw cards next turn. Can't play the other Train Steward just yet. We could play Frozen Lance on the boss, because this guy is no problem. So yeah, Frozen Lance on the boss, where we've got our Mollusk Mage. And then nothing? Don't really want to add Ember Drain to my units just yet, but we're getting close to doing that. Okay, my hand is full, of course. We didn't draw any of the Calcified Embers. I really wanted to because I wanted to purge another one. I want to play cards so that we could potentially do more. The only card I can play that doesn't give me Ember Drain is Frozen Lance, so I guess we'll play it. And then... oh, we can play Plink. I mean, Plink is fine. Alright, so we get to draw 2 cards. So there's the Calcified Ember. We can play the Calcified Ember, get rid of 1 more Calcified Ember. And then next turn we should be able to do Immortal Trade and Void Binding, and basically easily win. Ooh, we're already winning, and we drew another Calcified Ember. So we can get rid of another Calcified Ember and win. Alright, we're getting rid of Calcified Embers slowly, but we are getting rid of them. We at least made it farther than our last run. So we got a Shroud Spike, which could be very good. Kindle could be amazing, especially with Magic Hand, but it could also do nothing, is the thing. The other thing that works really well with Magic Hand is Harness the Titan. All of these work really well with Magic Hand, because you can wait until it's best for you to play them, and then play them that turn. The real question is, which one of these is the thing we actually want in our deck? I think if we already had Shroud Spike, we'd be more interested in Kindle. Harness the Titan works really well with the Ice Storm in particular, and the Titan's Gratitudes. But I think we might want Shroud Spike. Oh man. Is that what we want? I'm not sure. Let's take Shroud Spike. Now, Titan Sentry is not bad, as well as Morsel Maker. Morsel Maker, along with the Shadow Eater, is actually really good. Ooh, I like Morsel Maker. Let's take Morsel Maker. Alright, we definitely want Fell's Remorse. That will help me get rid of some of those Calcified Embers. Alright, I think we have to go right because of the Unstable Vortex. I'm thinking about the Duplicate. What would we duplicate? We could duplicate Ice Storm, Old Magic. The Shadow Eater, honestly. Let's go to the right. So, I like the Chill Wind. I want more of the Chill Wind. Yeah, let's do that. The problem is your health. I really don't like the only 5 health, but let's do Chill Wind. We've never actually done Chill Wind 3, so that's part of the reason that we're doing this, is I want to do Chill Wind 3 sometime. Ooh, Cuddlebeard. Oh man, there's a couple of good things here. Winged Technology and Cuddlebeard both are very nice. The Winged Technology means that we can reliably play Morsels in the last Divinity fight on the top floor. Also, Morsels would survive Sweep and Spikes. The Cuddlebeard, basically Cuddlebeard takes out bosses, except for the last Divinity. Cuddlebeard doesn't really help against the last Divinity that much. The last Divinity loses Frostbite at the end of every turn. I don't know how it works for the last Divinity's Relentless phase. If I'm trying to win against the last Divinity, I think we take Winged Technology. If I want to win the other ones, I think we take Cuddlebeard. Let's take Winged Technology. And let's hope to make it to the last Divinity. Refracting Lens or Lightstone Casing? Almost surely Lightstone Casing. Refracting Lens doesn't work on anything except Shroud Spike right now. Yeah, Lightstone Casing. Granted, we need to go to Merchant of Magic sometime for those to be useful, but... Alright, don't remove the Calcified Ember. We're planning to remove those ourselves. The Frozen Lances have got to go. The Train Stewards have got to go. Let's get rid of Train Stewards. Alright, into the next one. I don't want to turn on the armor. I don't think we can. We just don't do enough damage to turn that on, really. The very first guy has 20 health. It's pretty bad. How are we going to kill him? How are we going to kill that guy? Ice Storm? I'm not sure, but I'm sure that the Shadow Eater could go at the bottom, no problem. I want the Shadow Eater to go at the bottom with my Icy Siliphyte. But perhaps we should put it at the bottom with Tethys Titan's Bane. Tethys Titan's Bane is starting to do some real damage to front units. Okay. Train Steward for the next floor? We could play the Frozen Lance too. Let's play the Frozen Lance too. Train Steward on floor 2. I'm hoping to play this Calcified Ember sometime this battle, but I'm having a little bit of a hard time figuring out when that might be. The Morsel Maker cannot really go at the bottom anymore. The Plink could kill the Collector, but not get me a morsel. I really want to play the Weight of Contrition. Where do we put the Morsel Maker? Maybe we put the Morsel Maker in the center. Although it's really good at the bottom. Actually is really good at the bottom. Okay, never mind. We're putting it in the bottom. We are playing the Weight of Contrition. We could play a Plink here to kill the Collector, or we could play a Train Steward to kill the Collector. Let's play the Train Steward. Take one Ember Drain, but kill a Collector. Okay, the top one is the problem unit. Top is the problem. We could solve that with Mollusk Mage, or with Crucible Collector. Both of those solve the problem. I like that all of you are dying now that you're eating morsels every turn. So actually everything is fine, except for the top. So let's take care of the top. One of the things that we could do is play the Mollusk Mage and then the Plink, and it would kill this one. We would get a morsel as well. I kind of like that as our option. And now we got a morsel. Okay. Let's play the morsel up here, because it was a rubble morsel, which is not amazing. We could play it here, which would save this unit, but it has 3 sap, so I don't know why we care to save it. Alright, you are dying at the top, mainly because of Frostbite. You are going to die, no problem. If we hit you with one thing, it will quicken your demise. I feel that what we do is we take this opportunity to remove the Calcified Ember, and we play the Crucible Collector in the center. And then next turn we'll do some good things. We have packed morsels, which is nice. We have Shroud Spike as well. Interesting. So we could play some things this turn, end with packed morsels, or we could play Shroud Spike to do one of the morsels down here right now. Kind of like that. Shroud Spike on you. Okay, I think we beat the boss no problem. Yeah, no problem at all, I think. We are winning no problem. Unfortunately, we did not draw our other calcified ember, so we don't get to get rid of it this battle. But there's only one calcified ember in the deck now. We are very quickly getting rid of them. At this point. We were slowly before. Now it's quick. We've only got one more. Cuddle Hex is worthless. Siren Song is not amazing. I think we skip these. Do we want Feast? It's at least interesting. I don't think I want Ember Forge, although the unit essence for Ember Forge is pretty nice. Are we going to sacrifice units? We probably should sacrifice units. And we already have a couple that would be worth sacrificing. So let's not worry about Ember Forge. Do we want Feast? I kind of do want it. Alright, let's take one Feast. Remove more cards, or finally go to a Merchant of Magic. I think we have to finally go to a Merchant of Magic, even though I would love to remove more cards. But we got this Lightstone casing, and we really do need Merchant of Magic, so let's go. Merchant of Magic has Eternal Stone, Surge Stone, Ember Stone. Almost certainly going to take that Surge Stone. Divine Temple has Value Stone and Purge Stone. Not my favorites at all. The Value Stone could go on Shroud Spike, though. Actually, Value Stone on Shroud Spike is not the worst. We get... Ooh. So, I like these. I tend to like getting the Major Refraction, but I think this time we might not. I tend to like getting Major Refraction because the +30/+30 is really nice, especially on, for example, a sweep unit. But if we make the Shadow Eater take up only one space, then we can put a lot more on the same floor as it. So I think we're going to take Minor Refraction on the Shadow Eater. Now then, let's go to the Divine Temple, take our Value Stone, put it on the Shroud Spike, and then I would like to do an Engage Pact. So getting rid of the Mollusk Mage would be good, because we can put that on something else. Something that's going to be around for a long time, kind of like Shadow Eater. Or we could put Icy Siliphyte on something. I kind of like the Mollusk Mage on Shadow Eater, so let's do that now. So Mollusk Mage, we sacrifice you to the Shadow Eater. Alright, now we've got 70 pack shards. Let's figure out what we're doing here. The Eternal Stone is not the best. Playing Shroud Spike multiple times is good. We even put a Value Stone in it. I don't know, we could do that. In order for that to be playable, we would have to remove a lot more cards in our deck, though. That's the problem. Making something not consume is not very worthwhile if you only draw it once. Ever. Let's take the Surge Stone. Surge Stone goes on a Plink. Do we re-roll or do we take the Eternal Stone? If we re-rolled, what would we prefer to find in the far right? I don't know. We could get a stacked stone, put it on Void Binding, which would make Void Binding even better and even worse. Maybe we do put the Eternal Stone on Shroud Spike. So put this on Shroud Spike and then put an Ember Stone on Shroud Spike. Or on Packed Morsels. Or really much of anything, but the only thing I can imagine putting on Shroud Spike these days is this Ember Stone. So let's do that. Okay, let's purge a card. We really do need to purge more cards, especially Trained Stewards. Should we spend another 90 purging a card? I think we should. This should be the last purge that we make with gold, though. And we really need to visit more of these Unstable Vortexes. So the next one we could go to Unstable Vortex, and the following one we probably should too. After that, it will be hard to go to another Unstable Vortex, because we probably want the Merchant of Magic. It's going to be hard to make these decisions. But first we have to survive to get there, so let's try to do that first. Spell Shield 2. The Silent Marksmen are annoying, but they mainly die to rules of containment except for the big ones. I really don't like the Spell Shield. How much do we rely on damage spells, though? Not that much, but the damage spells are really how you take out the bigger ones of the Silent Marksmen, right? Oh, man. Am I going to turn this on? It's very questionable to turn this on. Let's not turn it on. And we also probably don't start at the bottom. We could put the Shadow Eater and the Morsel Maker in the center, along with Tethys Titansbane. You know, that does work. Works okay. That takes up 3 space. But the Morsel Maker will use up the rest of the space, no problem. Sure, let's do it. So. Tethys Titansbane goes in the back, of course. And that's our last calcified ember, so I really want to get rid of it. Ooh, the Collector. So you are dying because of the Shadow Eater's effect. I want to cause the Collector to die, which means we Plink, or Frozen Lance. I guess we Frozen Lance. Frozen Lance, Calcified Ember, and then I don't know what we're going to do against you. That overcharged tank right there is the problem. Honestly, don't know what we do against you. Well, we do have old magic. The old magic is nice. We have a Plink, which does a lot of damage. That's interesting. Let's use a bunch of spells in the center this time. My plan is to try to kill that one. And if I do that with just spells, it would be very nice. So, old magic. Let's do this. Next is... I don't want to play this Plink yet. I want to play a Frozen Lance. If I play another Frozen Lance And then let's play this Plink. And then let's play this Plink. Oh, we got an Ant-Umbra morsel as well. Alright. You are taking a lot of damage, but not enough. I think the Crucible Collector and this Ant-Umbra morsel are going to go at the top next turn, and perhaps take you out. Also, you do have a lot of Frostbite. Should remember that the Frostbite does a lot for me. Icy Silliphite, we kind of want you at the bottom, but at the same time, you're not very good at the bottom. Not without help. We kind of have to do something at the top this turn, or else this guy makes it to the Pyre. So let's do this. We're going to do the Crucible Collector in front, and the Icy Silliphite in back. The fact that the Icy Silliphite applies spell weakness on the top floor is kind of pointless, but that's where we are. We drew the Ice Storm. I want to save the Ice Storm for the boss. I basically want to save all of the cards in my hand for the boss. Is there anything else that we care to draw? I would love to draw Shroud Spike. That's kind of the only thing. So let's just keep this hand for the boss. Removing those 5 deadweights would be nice, but we can't do that. Alright, end the turn immediately. And then, now we do Immortal Trade, and Void Binding, and Ice Storm, and all of this stuff. Oh, and we're already winning. Alright. Win. I have to say this is going quite well. I didn't expect this to go as well as it's going. How many deadweights are in the deck? Hold on. I want to know this. There are 7. 7 deadweights in the deck. That's awful. Ooh, Frenzied Swarm. Frenzied Swarm could discard the deadweights. Oh man, we want that. We definitely want that. Okay. That's excellent. Kindle is also nice. Huh. So the thing about Kindle is that it works really well alongside Shroud Spike. I think we take it, and basically what we're going for here is we're trying to slim our deck down a little bit, eventually. Haven't really been working on that very much, but we're going to go left here. We're going to slim our deck down. Immortal Stone. You know what? The one Immortal Stone that we already put on hasn't done a single thing. We could get another one, I guess. I don't know. I don't see the point. I think we don't care about most of these. The Strength Stone works really well on Icy Silliphite. That's the one that we kind of care about. The Damage Shield... Is Damage Shield good on Morsel Maker? It's not very good on Crucible Collector because it kind of works against the lifesteal. I'm thinking that we take the Strength Stone and the Shield Stone and we reroll. But now that we've peeked in there, is there anything else to peek in? Oh, True Stone and Extreme Stone. The Extreme Stone goes on Ice Storm. The True Stone also goes on Ice Storm? Sure. Alright, Ice Storm is going to be ridiculously amazing. Alright. We have an amazing Ice Storm right now. I like that a lot. Let's remove cards. Removing cards should be easy, because the Plinks are getting a lot worse and the Frozen Lances are also really bad. Let's remove a Frozen Lance and a Plink, because I can't decide which one of those is worse. Okay, so Strength Stone on Icy Siliphyte. Shield Stone, I am going to put that on Morsel Maker. And then we're going to re-roll for hopefully a good thing here. Speed Stone. Oh, Speed Stone on Icy Siliphyte? That's nice. We've got to do that. Alright, a Sweep Quick unit is very good. Can we make you any stronger? We could make you stronger by sacrificing a Crucible Collector to you. I am going to think about that. When is my last Divine Temple? This is the last Divine Temple. Okay. Maybe we should do that right now. Sacrifice the Crucible Collector to the Icy Siliphyte. Let's do it. Okay, this gives me a lot of pack shards. And the lots of pack shards is the worst thing about that, but otherwise it's very strong. Alright, Archus, Darkness, Incarnate. I didn't even look at what you have. You've got a Blinding and a Looming. The Blinding is fine. Doesn't affect morsels, so that's fine. Yeah. This one might be okay. We'll find out. So, we surely want to put the Icy Siliphyte down. If we put the Icy Siliphyte and the Shadow Eater in the center... See, I can't put the Icy Siliphyte at the bottom because of the Blinding Dark Shard. Because it would be dazed this turn. Although I could put everything down here. Because who cares if you're dazed? What if we do that? What if we put everything down here, at the bottom? We play the Icy Siliphyte last, because we want it to have the least amount of dazed. Is this a good plan? I'm not sure if it is or not. Especially because we're going to dazed our units again when we play Morsel Maker. But I want to. Alright, let's do it. So you go first because we really don't care about you being dazed. You go next because you're the next that we don't care about being dazed. And then you go last because we want you to have the least amount of dazed. Alright. Do we want you in the back or right here? Probably right there. Okay, you know, we did something. You are going to be slightly difficult to deal with because we have to kill you with spells. But we'll get there in a future turn. 2 Frozen Lances would kill you. A Frozen Lance and a Plank would kill you. Of course, it'd be very sad if there was a Looming Dark Shard right there, but we can just wait until next turn. We want to play the Morsel Maker. We do want to play the Morsel Maker. Oh man. But then this one possibly makes it to the top if we play Morsel Maker, because my units will be dazed. Specifically, Icy Siliphyte will be dazed. Of course, we could play this Plink, and if the Plink hits, yeah, what if we play this Plink? This Plink, if the Plink hits, we play Morsel Maker. Okay, if it doesn't hit, then we have to decide a different plan. What if we play the other Plink, and if it hits, we play Morsel Maker? Okay. Now we play Morsel Maker. Are we ever going to play the Morsel Jeweler? That's the next question. We have a Feast, but we actually don't have any space. We've got packed morsels as well. We don't have any space. We kind of want one more space. Alright, anyway. Don't think we're ever going to play the Morsel Jeweler somewhere useful, so I might want to play it right now so that it dies. Because we're never going to be able to fit it at the bottom. Yeah, let's just have it die. Next turn we have to hit you with 2 Frozen Lances. You are another problem that we're going to have to deal with. If you hit the Pyre, it's not so bad. Okay, we did get a Shroud Spike on the same turn that we have Kindle, but we have to take out this guy. So maybe our plan is to do that in a future turn. Or we could play it now and just do 1 less. Let's just do 1 less. So, play the Kindle. It's going to be 2 less. Yeah. I don't care. We just need it right now. So, play the Kindle. Play the Something to Kill You, which is going to be 2 Frozen Lances. And then we play Shroud Spike on the... Do we care which morsel? I'm going to do it on the Magma morsel this time. Please. Can I target the Magma morsel? There we go. Alright, great. Now they're done. If we play Feast, we get to potentially draw more cards, but we only draw 5 right now, so not the turn to play Feast. I think we have to play Ice Storm to kill that one that's going up the train right now. Ooh. We want to play Ice Storm on both of them, don't we? The Titan's Gratitude... Titan's Gratitude would kill you. Okay, Titan's Gratitude for this one, which means Ice Storm at the bottom, not this turn, because of the Looming Dark Shard. Okay, we're going to play the Titan's Gratitude here. I'm glad I didn't discard the Ice Storm. We're going to play Feast just to get rid of it out of the hand. And then what? I need my Ice Storm for next turn to take care of this guy. The Feast is actually useful a little bit, even though we don't have space to do a lot of stuff with it, but it's still useful. Okay, you're going to die from Frostbite eventually, so this is the only one we have to worry about. This is where we play our Ice Storm. And then we've got the Frenzied Swarm, which we could use to discard our hand. Or we could keep our hand. We're starting to pile up things that I'm not willing to play right now, though. So let's use the Frenzied Swarm to discard my hand. And if we play it at the bottom, does it do anything else? Okay. The packed morsels is kind of bad when we don't have a way to play the morsels. I'm realizing how bad that is when we can't play the morsels anywhere. We could have if we didn't put everything on the same floor. But it's kind of nice to have everything on the same floor, too. I don't know. Old Magic. Let's do that to the Icy Silliphite, actually. We could play Packed Morsels and then just play the Morsels. Sure. Just play the Morsels. They have Damage Shield. We could even plink and get another morsel. Sure, whatever. Rubble morsel is the worst morsel, though. Play that one. Actually, we don't want to play one at the top, because we don't want it to have Ember Drain. Alright. The center is a line of morsels. Don't think that line of morsels is going to do anything. But it's there just in case. Okay, we could play Titan's Gratitude to discard probably a deadweight. And then we play our Immortal Trades on this turn. We also play Feast. You've got 1 stealth. How? You're killing everything so easily? I'm actually surprised by that. But I'm sure Immortal Trade will very much change that. Yep, Immortal Trade very much changed that. We actually got close to Shadowbox that time. Haven't really been looking at my Shadowbox very much. So Shroud Mitosis is better. Still don't want Siren Song. Harness the Titan is good in very specific circumstances. So we could do Shroud Mitosis. Let's take it. And I think I want Light of Seraph now. We didn't take a single Herzl's Compound, which is a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird. If we went to the Hellvent, what would we duplicate? We could duplicate one of our units that we made amazing. We could duplicate the Ice Storm, which we made amazing. What if we had the Shadow Eater Mollusk Mage on 2 different floors? Would that be worthwhile? It might be. I don't really know what I want to duplicate, but it feels like we've got stuff that we could duplicate. The Merchant of Steel is not going to be amazing. The Concealed Caverns could be, but the Unstable Vortex is guaranteed to be good for us. And we basically want to remove the Plinks and the Frozen Lances. Plink. Is the Plink better or worse than Frozen Lance? I still don't know, so let's remove one of each. Let's upgrade our champion with Chillwind 3 for the first time. Frostbite 40. It is really nice. It is really nice to deal with bosses. And what do we duplicate? It's not going to be Deadweight. We know that. It could be Ice Storm. The Ice Storm is ridiculously strong. I don't know that I want to duplicate a unit. Even though we've made units really strong, I don't think we want to duplicate them. Let's duplicate Ice Storm. And we're at 135 pack shards. We're going to get 15 more and we're going to be at exactly 150. Okay, you know what? If we make it to the last Divinity fight, we might find out what the 150 pack shards things do. Ooh, the Pyrewings is awful. We cannot turn on Aggressive Amulet. Oh man. This one could be bad. The Pyrewings can be real bad. Oh man, could be real bad. Especially because of the sweep. The sweep kills my Tethys Titan's Bane immediately. Well, I think we actually don't set up at the bottom, which means I guess we set up at the top this turn, or this time. And let's put it so that Icy Silliphite is in front. For now. For now, anyway. Tethys Titan's Bane I'm going to not play immediately. because I don't want it to just die. I want it to be here for the boss. Okay, there's my Shadow Eater. You are still a big problem because we don't have the damage yet. So we play my Shadow Eater. We play the Shroud Mitosis on, I guess, the Magma Morsel, because we really need the damage. And then I'm hoping something good happens next turn, because I'm a little bit scared right now. Okay, that does not qualify as good. We do have the Titan's Gratitude to deal 75 damage, which is something. I really don't want to do Ember Drain this early. So I think we do the Plink, the Titan's Gratitude, and the Frozen Lance. Just do as much damage as we can. It's not enough, but at least it won't hit the pyre very much. And then this next turn we're going to have a lot of Ember Drain, which means we might not be able to do too much. The Kindle is going to sit there for a turn at least. Okay. Well, I see Feast. The Feast helps. The Feast does help, because that will deal damage immediately. So let's do the Feast. And then we can do Packed Morsels and put some morsels out here, and we can also do Old Magic. The Old Magic goes on you. And then Packed Morsels, we get 3 morsels. Not the ones that we wanted, in fact. But, you know, we'll play 2 of them. And I'm scared again. I'm actually going to have this morsel die. We really need something, and I don't know how we're going to get it, especially since we're only drawing 3 cards. We basically need to draw one of the Ice Storms, like right now. Oh man, we need an Ice Storm. We got an Ice Storm, alright. That is a start of a solution. We just also need more Ice Storms. If I play Immortal Trade, I think I'm going to play the Immortal Trades just to get room in my hand. So we're going to play it on just a morsel. And then we play Ice Storm. And now we have a little bit of room in my hand to draw other cards. A little bit. We've got room to draw 3 cards again. We need to draw another Ice Storm. I don't really want to play my Tethys Titan's Bane yet, because I'm hoping to play it at the top once we deal with the sweep units. Which, you know, there's still one more sweep unit to deal with, so I don't know when we're going to do that. Okay, we can play the 3 cards that we got, which is at least something. No, we can't, because we don't have Ember. We don't have Ember. Shoot, we only draw 1 card next turn, and we need it to be Ice Storm, specifically. The Shroud Spike wouldn't be terrible, actually. The Shroud Spike would work too. So we've got 2 cards out of the 7. Maybe we play Tethys Titan's Bane at the bottom. because if we don't, we might die. Do we play the Kindle as well? I think we play the Kindle and the Tethys Titan's Bane. I should have played Kindle first. Because we just need to draw cards. And that's the only way that we can draw cards, is to play those. Okay, do we get one of the two cards that we need? We got Shroud Spike, which is one of the two cards. It's much worse now that we no longer have Kindle. Is it still enough? Is it still enough? Because 12 times means that you deal how much? You deal 120 damage to all of them. That's pretty nice. I think it might be enough. But it's not going to be enough by much. Let's do it. Alright, so that back one is going to give me more Ember Drain, and it's going to hit the Pyre, which means next turn we don't get to do anything. Our champion is already dead. And we need to kill this one. Oh, we actually have one Ember. We should spend that on Titan's Gratitude. Because even though it would be a lot better next turn, the fact that it draws two cards might give me Ice Storm. Ooh, it did discard one of the non-dead weights though. We're only dealing 760. That's not good. We don't have any of the Immortal Trade. We didn't get back around to them because we don't draw enough each turn to get back around through the deck, which is probably the reason that we're losing. However, we do get to play... Ooh, did we have Frenzied Swarm in our hand last turn? I think we should have played Frenzied Swarm last turn. Okay, we had that in our hand last turn, and I didn't play it. That was a huge mistake. I acknowledge that was a huge mistake. And probably the reason that we're not going to win right now. Okay, well, there it is. We die at this point. We actually got a lot further than I was expecting us to get a few times there. I think I played pretty well, but not playing Frenzied Swarm in the time that I wanted to discard my hand was really dumb. Should have played Frenzied Swarm to discard my hand the turn that I wanted to draw cards from my deck. Oh well. I noticed while we were playing that one that I felt like we couldn't take any trials, and that was also a problem, because we just didn't have as much money as we would have had. Alright, well, that's it for this time. Next time, we will do another Expert Challenge. Since this was a loss, no new mastered cards. On the right, I am featuring Pyrewings and Gilded Wing. Together these two were very difficult to deal with during the final battle, and ended up dealing a lot of damage to my Pyre, as well as preventing some of my preparations for the boss. On the left, I must feature Shadow Eater, which was my main minion this run, and really dealt a lot of damage, both with its Gorge ability, and with attack that I was able to provide it via the various morsels it ate. Dante's Candle killed me in that first run, and sadly I said out loud that it might do that twice before it did. I stand by the choice, however, as if I had survived, Dante would have been an amazing unit. For artifacts, Rules of Containment reaches my 10 battle threshold, and it was amazing. There was one battle that I took a trial and didn't play any cards the first turn because Rules of Containment ended up killing almost all of the enemy units that entire battle. Winged Technology kept my morsel safe, and I have come to consider it almost essential when playing as the Umbra, simply to deal with the last divinity. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.